Okay, one. Okay, hello there, and welcome to another one of these little just unedited, uncut videos, like ranting about certain things. And this is basically a part two to my other one about the borders. But this time we're going to be talking a bit more about like the economy and things like that. All right. So whenever you're talking about like economic stuff, what I thought of immediately was factories. And after industrialization, this is, I believe, like with all of these like industrialized places, like the primary way of making money was factories. If you want a good example of this, you could look at the Soviet Union. So basically, like the Empire of Russia, like their history was um, like having the serfs, which were primarily for agriculture. So like the Russian economy was mainly focused on agriculture because of their agricultural lands. But after but but after everyone else in Europe industrialized, started by Britain, the Russians kind of fell behind, and Stalin knew this, so he started rapid Russian industrialization, which created a bunch of factories and made the USSR catch up with with like the rest of Europe and even like the rest of the like America, becoming like the second superpower of the Cold War. And if we want to talk about America, industrialization also had a heavy effect on their economic system. So what happened with the Americans was that whenever like industrialization happened, the North could build more factories, while the South was more like reliant on plantations, which led to the increase of slavery, which led to more discourse between the North and the South, which led to the American Civil War. So I believe like a lot of things come with industrialization. Like the North's economy was based on factories, based on things like that, and the South's economy was based on plantations and crops, which I believe that's why the North won in the first place, because they could manufacture things like iron, they could manufacture like things like more guns than the South could, because the South didn't have as many they had mostly crops like instead of like the resources. And now like the South was very like a resource rich, but the North was just more industrialized, which helped them use the resources better that they had, which really helped with like the military and all the stuff like that. Anyways, now we can talk about how this machine actually works. It's currently on. So if you look in here, there's a bunch of things. Let me check to see if it's clogged real quick. Do not want this blowing up. Yeah, so a bunch of like items in here kind of get clogged a bit, but basically we're making something called the super meat stew, which is used in this crafting recipe over here. Let's turn it to day real quick. Which is used in this crafting recipe over here, and if I take it, then it'll give me one of them through the crafter, which is what we use for the factory. So now these are really good. And then you might be thinking, oh, but you can't you would need a tree farm, which is manual to get the bowls. So here's what we do with the bowls, okay? Oh, so whenever we eat the actual super meat stew, we would get like a bowl, and we would use these bowls and we would put them over here in the recycle and the reticle in this thing, and we would recycle the actual bowls, which could help. Let's go check out the actual mechanisms here. All of these campfires are just for show because factories, but here's the actual mechanism. So if we want to go in here, then we can see a bunch of mobs coming from these spawn eggs. From these spawners, and those go down here. So whenever I whenever I actually go down here, you can see that in here, how many is there? 18. So let's just wait a second. Yes. So you see how we got some more beef in there. So that is basically how we were doing stuff like that. With this, I was helped with this mechanism by a friend who was actually on the other episode named GK. And yes, so let me go up here again. So we use pigs, cows, and chickens for this. So let me check something. Yeah, okay, here we are. And so the chickens are spawning, which will get more chicken for like that, but also more feathers, which is a little annoying personally, because I have to go and manually clean them out because we don't. We could probably do an item sorting system though probably. So I might look into that. But yeah, so this is the machine. It's up and running, and that just does that, as well as like leather. This can also be used like a leather farm if you really wanted it. But yeah, it's just mainly use your food for fueling my country, which is it's growing a bit. Our first couple buildings. This was technically our first building, but we have some like another thing about the economy, I guess, is like service industries, correct? So basically, the way that I can, I guess, show this is our hotel. So I haven't finished it yet; it's still under construction, but it should be somewhere over here, I believe. Yes. Okay. So here's our hotel. This is what it is so far, and it's looking pretty good. This is for any passerbys who don't want permanent housing. I currently have one citizen who lives over here. This is Grimslayer's house. Name, I know, anyways, but so basically that is his house. And another thing about the economy, I guess, is more service industries. Here is a bar slash casino. Something it's not furnished yet, but the exterior is looking pretty nice. There's a nice chandelier in here, and this is just basically like a little update. That other building that you saw will be in a different video when I talk about religion, but yes. So, like to end off, I guess we can go through a few topics about the factories. I believe that this will help with the economy as well as food. So we'll be food independent from anyone else, because we can always come here, and this can literally take you down from zero hunger to full hunger. So these are pretty nice. They're not stackable, but I have a couple in my inventory. Well, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and please make sure to like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. It's possible, just not likely. Anyways, have a nice day. Goodbye.